Okay, I'm Zenbach, and I've got photography behind me of an unknown photographer. But I have a feeling that you can help me. Who did this?
I did.
And you are?
Steven Schreiber.
You sure?
Absolutely.
You know I believe you. Okay. So, I've never interviewed you before. So
No, you haven't.
So this is a first?
Yes.
All right. Tell me a couple things. First off, what are you shooting with?
I shoot with a Canon Mark II 5D.
Again, that's digital?
Digital.
I haven't met one person today with film.
There's a couple here, actually.
Yeah, they ducked me. Avoided me. They really did. I wanted to find out about film that I call flim. I call film. Flim.
There you go.
But now it's data on little chippy things that goes into a computer. So now we know the camera. I'm going to ask you, what computer do you use to support the photography?
I use an iMac.
An iMac. Okay, I got one of the big things with a big screen.
Yeah,
A 27 or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, I bought one a few years older because it had more stuff in it, believe it or not. A drive is in it, and they're all really good though. The latest and greatest in their software. Where my old one you can't upgrade. G4s are like done. Sad. It still works.
That's the industry.
Yeah, well, I know. They suckered me into it. Next is a new camera. So, what are you printing on?
I print on cold press bright from. Hold on.
It's okay. He's thinking. With all this loud music, which is Jerry, who I haven't gotten to today, I probably won't. It's very hard to think with a wailing guitar and drums.
I use all Epson papers and inks and printer. I print my own images.
Okay, so we're home printing, huh?
Yes.
Okay. How long you been with the East End Photography Group?
3 years now, I think.
You've avoided me for 3 years?
I don't know how that happened. I've been hanging here for 3 years.
See, he never leaves the building. The show closes. He stays here waiting for me. And I don't show up. I'm here once a year. I'm like Santa Claus, once a year. I don't get in trouble that way. But anyway,
yes. So
this year you got a study of nature.
Yes.
Whoops. People are coming through. All right.
Are they just like stupid?
Oblivious? No, they were oblivious. That was the point. They were just oblivious. It's all right. Humans. Okay. So I see that you're into nature.
Mostly I do like landscapes. Nature, flowers is like really my expertise.
So you like the petals and the translucent light and the shadows within and the veins and the subtle colors in between. See, I just did this whole line for you. And then, wait for this. It's coming. These here are a study of movement with the water. And are you ready for this? Well, water, sand,
This one's water,
Yeah.
this one's water.
Yeah. So, but you ready for this one? He knows I'm going to say this. Texture. How am I doing?
Okay.
I'm doing good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then we have the seasonal color here. We're looking here at a late summer, early fall.
This is late summer, early fall.
I got that right. Oh my God, I'm a psychic.
And it's local. It's a local image.
So we have a local doing. Watch it. Whoop. We have a local doing local photography, and he has seasonal work, which this year he's showing last season.
What?
This year you're showing last season.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I lost you on that one.
Yeah, I was like, huh?
I was doing a time trip.
Okay.
So when I didn't interview you last year, you were working on this.
That's correct.
See how I knew all this?
Yeah, you're great.
So you want to add anything? I spoiled all your lines.
No, I just enjoy. I like color, but I like my muted colors. I use veils on all my photography to give it that more mysterious look. And it seems to be a big hit, and everybody likes it. So, and I use it on my architecture. I use it on my flowers, and I use it also on this.
Do you know what this reminds me? As a kid, I used to look at Life magazine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I used to go
Wow.
for the photography. This looks like Life magazine to me. So I think that's a compliment.
That is. Thank you very
You know,
much.
So yeah, it's very good work.
Yeah, I've been only doing photography for 2 years.
That's scary. I've been doing it all my life, and I never got anything like this.
I used to be in sales, and I changed careers, and now I'm doing.
What did you sell?
I used to sell granite, marble, tile.
I
I'm
know.
a designer. So
Oh, I just did a kitchen.
did you?
Yeah. So I had to go through all that stuff,
Is it-
and then I had to learn about how the edges have different names,
right.
and then the thickness. The price is right, but you don't like the little curves, so you got to get it thicker. I learned the hard. They saw my wallet. I was good.
There's a lot more to it than I don't even want to care to think about. I'm so glad I'm not doing that anymore. It was very rough.
Well,
This is nicer.
You know what's cool? When you get to a certain point where you get back to being a kid, where you're doing things from the fun of doing it.
Exactly.
If you can make money on it, fine. But if you can't, but you enjoy it, that's it.
I've been battling heart disease for 12 years
Oh,
now.
welcome to my club. I'll talk to you off camera
I've
about
had a
that.
bunch of stuff done with me, and my life has changed.
I retired at 40. And since then, stent. I'm just a stent man. Yeah, I
I'm a
would.
zipper.
I will look at this on camera, but I can relate. I can absolutely relate. What's cute is the American Heart Association gave us a diet, and then you go to the next page, the diet is exactly everything they said was a lie. They changed it again.
Yeah.
Don't eat this, now you can eat this. Don't eat eggs, now you can eat eggs. You can eat egg whites, now you can eat egg yellows. You can't use margarine, but then you can use butter. But you can't use butter, you can use margarine. You could have a heart
They
attack.
don't know.
The truth on the heart thing, I'm going to give it to you straight, is everybody's body metabolizes different.
That's correct.
And every rule that they give you is for one person.
right.
But it may have nothing to do with you. That makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
Yeah. I am Zenbach, and you are
Jim Saviston.
Jim. Behind us is a very graphic type of black and white. Right? What do you got?
This is a series of studies that I've done looking over the Long Island vineyards on the East End. For many years, I've been trying to come up with a new way to see the vineyards. Everybody looks at them, and the typical image is a late summer day with sunsets and green leaves. Right. Last winter, I was driving out to Greenport to visit a friend right after a major snowstorm, and the place was just a wasteland for the entire East End. And as I was driving through the wineries, I happened to see them, and you had all these, in a brilliant sunlight, all these silhouetted shapes. And the effect was just incredibly graphic, as you said. And I got struck by it. I pulled over to the side of the road, went climbing out in the snow with my camera, took a few trial shots. After dinner with my friends, I raced home, processed them as soon as I got home, and was so struck by it that I came out the next day and spent the whole day just driving around the roads, looking at all the different vineyards, looking at different shapes and effects that I could find.
Okay, let's ask the questions. What kind of camera?
Fujifilm X Pro 1.
Film?
Oh no, it's a digital camera. It's styled after the old rangefinders though, although it's 100% digital.
Okay, all right. And you go home with a computer.
Yes.
What do you got?
I have a custom-made Apple Mac Pro 15-inch Retina.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. I had a modified G4 that can't do much more, so I had to go out and buy another Mac.
That's what happened with mine. My old computer just couldn't handle the size of the image files I was working with anymore.
Right, right. Yeah. Mine, everything said update, and there's nothing you can update to. So you're done. Now I got to buy new cameras, video camera. That's next.
I usually I try not to go too gear crazy. To me, it's not about the gear so much as what you can do with it. And as long as the gear is capable of delivering what I'm looking for, I'll use the same camera for years and years and years.
What I'm shooting now is gotten to be, I'm now looking for a high def cams, the whole bit.
Right.
But you know, it's you hit a certain point, you have to do it.
Oh, of course. My old machine, much like yours, typically what I do is I buy right on the bleeding edge of the technology, and I spend the extra money for it. But I can go 4, 5, even 6 years without equipment by the time the rest of the market catches up with it.
I bought an older version of a new one that has more stuff in it than the new ones. Has a drive in it, you know, and more ports.
What finally forces your hand ultimately, which is probably what happened to you, is the software is no longer backwards compatible with the old hardware.
Yeah, well, that's it. I get messages to upgrade when you can't. So you know, and that ends that. So what are you printing on, by the way? What's the?
One of the things that I've developed is a way to print using HDR digital inks, but on Italian watercolor paper. It's one of the things unique about my work. These are printed on Artistico Fabriano Italian watercolor paper that's been hand prepared by me to accept the digital inks. And then I use that, the textured surfaces is really what I'm after here. I used to be a painter back in the 70s, and I had the idea to actually merge the old watercolor aspects, which are the textured papers and the way the ink flows on the paper, along with the accuracy of the photographic process. So, and this is the marriage right here.
It's like a wash over the material that you're using?
Similar, it's somewhere between a wash, somewhere between pen and ink.
Right.
What's really interesting is when people come up and they'll stare and they'll stare and they'll stare and they can't tell what the medium is.
Right.
Which is, to me, is exactly what I'm after, because it's not about the medium, it's about the image.
Years ago, I shot Egyptian artwork with my friend. It was a Rosicrucian, and I shot it, and then we had to put on a fiberboard. So when it was done and mounted, it looked like cloth.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I wanted to change the medium and how it looked, so I was doing that.
That's very common these days. It's actually been around for a number of years. Is you can actually print on special prepared canvas. So a lot of people.
Right. Well, they were just coming out with that.
Right.
I want to thank you for the interview.
Oh, my pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Today, Nick and I are doing a convention, and I may be lying, and we have a special table, and we're the main attraction here. So this is the Nick and Zen show, and I've been drinking this wild stuff, but it's not intoxicating. But it says it has a lot of sugar in it.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, it says 100% diabetes guaranteed.
Yes, it is.
So,
But you have to drink the whole thing before you go into a diabetic shock.
okay.
So you're all right. You're only halfway there.
There was a movie, The Faces of Death. I wonder what the Faces of Diabetic Shock is again.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
There's many of them.
With the glasses off, so I can.
Okay, yeah, that's when you're in the comatose form.
Right. Yeah.
Which is a pretty good representation, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I work at that.
that's very good.
Okay. So we're actually here because I want to do a formal interview with you, because that's what I do sometimes, is formal interviews.
Oh.
You see? Yeah, there you go. Okay. So, yeah, I'm lucky because no one ever interviews me, so I'm really good with that.
Okay, well,
So,
perhaps one day someone will have the temerity to.
So yeah, so I'm a primal type of blues guy, you know, and actually it's a very melodic type of music. Captain Beefheart did a lot of that, and some people say I sound a little bit like Captain Beefheart. And if the audience likes it, they get hypnotized by it. Seriously.
Oh.
So and some musicians don't want to give you an opportunity to even play. It's just the way it is.
Well, who needs competition?
That's what other people tell me. I don't see any competition. No one's going to be me. I can't be anybody else.
Okay, well, as long as you're not competing with yourself.
No, I gave that up long ago. I did, you know, I'll be very honest about that. When one hits a certain age, one wants to retain youth. And that's when you start competing with an earlier version of yourself. And it's bad when you have a TV show where each time you look at yourself on the show, you don't know who that person is. So, you know, so that would be my worst own enemy. That's a truthful answer.
Very good.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to air this, but all right.
Yeah, well, we hope that it won't be aired.
Well, it
'Cause
probably won't.
it could get very hairy if aired.
Well, I don't mind that. That's okay. You know, I've done blooper shows on me too, so that's okay.
Your own blooper show.
Absolutely. You know, you and I have been one big blooper all the time.
That's true.
But it's been fun.
And we're blooping as we speak.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Okay.
So, well,
I'm trying to think of who the real Zenbach is, and how can we get to the heart of this matter?
The heart.
While we're still young.
Okay. The heart of the matter is I'm a dad first.
Okay. Good.
All right. And so that's the big deal with me. I'm a dad. And so that's my responsibilities in life. The second responsibility is doing my thing and having fun.
You have good priorities.
Yeah, and I like to play with people in the essence of things I do.
Very playful. Now, where are you gigging next?
Actually, this will air after, but in 2 weeks I am doing a public awareness thing with charities that the charities are set up to help people. Certain types of charities, like how you help somebody that's dealing with a family member with mental illness. There's a charity for that. And I'm doing a outdoor large field with about 9 bands, and I'm the opening band. And I just did a PSA on this with Big Daddy and Act 1 on this Block Fest. And that'll be coming up June 14th, which has already happened. So next year you can make that. Yeah, that's the way TV is. But that's the next gig. And then I've got a Cedar Beach Blues Festival. It's not at Cedar Beach. They moved it to Sayville, which is no places that you know.
Sayville Beach?
Sayville, well, it's a town. They went from the North Shore to the South Shore because of politics. And I think it's the 25th anniversary of such an event. And I'm always the first act each day. I play each day, which is a rarity because of what I do. Or somebody has to start off and there's nobody there.
Which
Something
is
like that.
good, too.
Yeah, lately people have been showing up.
Started off with a bang. You can do your tonal thing.
Oh, I can do a lot of things.
Right.
You know, I get away with it. There's a lot of, you know, there used to be a thing about if you're crazy, it leaves you a large latitude of behavior.
That's true.
So once somebody says you're crazy and people believe it, you can get away with anything. You know, there's a crazy person over there on the other side of the room.
Jerry. Is it? Okay, we have to see this. I don't know if you want to catch this.
What is this? Oh, on the roof thing outside?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it is.
Yeah, all right. We'll got 3 minutes to wrap this up. I want to see this.
Okay.
All right. So I'll go back to my interview with you. I come in here and I see the most unique photography of posed items and things, and the sense of humor is so strong with my other love of the horror conventions. I had a guy who created these little ugly stickers that were on for sale for pails for years ago. I interviewed this guy. Little art, nasty little things everybody bought for pickers. It was a big rage 15 years ago. But your stuff isn't nasty, but your stuff has that color and that feel. There's a skull in there. There's bones in there. There's a texture to it. There's color in there. There's a use of color, and it's dark, but it's festive and it's humorous, and so I mean you have a talent, a graphic eye.
True.
You know.
Strong one.
Yeah, and I appreciate it to the point where I said we should go into the art somehow, use a green screen and act into it.
Yes, because it is an environment. It's large enough that you could create a story and a place in some of these pieces, because there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of thought, and there's context, you know. And I'm telling a story, and I'm telling it sometimes in kind of a macabre sort of a way, and
Yeah.
a humorous way,
Yeah.
and also in an attractive way.
You really should see these other conventions I'm in. Your eyes go to a world of a lot of people similar.
Yeah,
And-
sure.
and
I'm
you-
a horror sci-fi guy from way back.
These people will appreciate your art. And I call it art, photography. It's total art. And these people will appreciate it on a level. I keep telling you napkins and placemats and sheets, and I see it that way. I really do. You know. Someone will have
For
a
insomniacs.
Yeah, we'll have a warehouse of this stuff, and nobody will buy it, but I love it.
Right. Well, while they're staying up all night, they can look at their sheets.
That's it. All right, I guess we got to wrap this up because there's some kind of thing going on outside. They're going to project on the building a video.
Right. Mount Rushmore.
Or, no, they're going to make the building burn with my equipment inside.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
All right. Well, let's call it.
All right,
quits
that's a
then.
wrap. That's it. Moments of Nick and Zen. Wands. You ever play wands? Woo!
Got nothing to say, got nothing to do. Because my baby making my move. Running around the shoes of a clown. Baby, I'm on my name all over the town. There's something I got to let you know. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Oh, take it down slow. Why how can I get so much abuse? Baby, give me the blues. I called you up on the telephone. Your sister says that you ain't home. Your mama said that I'm a fool. Well, daddy thinks I lost my cool. There's something I got to let you know. Baby, please don't go. So much abuse, lies in the hangman's noose. You're coming in, spending my gold in a shame. All the times I feel hell, just coming on the drag. There's something I got to let you know. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Oh, take it down slow. So much abuse. All the
closes at Ashwaubenon Hall, they'll be open for 4 more days. And the opening here has been a big success. There's music been going on outside, and they've had some wine and cheese, and a full room of people. And I'm just glad we had a chance to share this with everybody. And so, another week has gone by, another program coming on Zenbox Forte.